This reading, Islam, A Short Guide to the Faith, is a book with many authors. Every chapter is written by a different author. One of the chapters here is on Islam by a professor here, Turawa. And it basically just gets into some of the key pieces of history there and key ideas that are widely known. So Islam in Arabic means submission, submitting to the will of God. The largest Muslim country is Indonesia. Africa is a major, so West Africa is a major center of Islam, and it gets into the story of the Prophet Muhammad and the followers, the companions, and then it gets into the story of Revelation and a bit of that early history, and then it gets into the story of the caliphs, the Khalifa Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and then Ali, and how the fifth caliph Muawiyah was originally the governor of Syria, and there was a conflict where the fifth caliph Muawiyah in Syria did not pledge allegiance to the fourth caliph Ali, and this is where you get in Damascus the beginning of the Umayyad dynasty, and Khilaf al-Umayyah, and this is where the Khalifa Caliph position moves from a kind of semi-elective position where a group of people elect the Caliph. It turns into a dynastic thing, father to son. There's kind of an interesting parallel there with the Roman Republic more than 100 years before the time of Jesus, where Julius Caesar and Mark Antony are elected by the Senate as two consuls, but then Julius Caesar moves to a kind of dynastic system of father to son rule. That's where the Roman Republic comes to be known as the Roman Emperor. And the coins also indicate that Julius Caesar had this imperial power. It talks a bit about Sufism, and the Umayyad Empire, where it stretched, and the Abbasids. This is where you begin to see a lot of writing about Islam, not only commentaries of the Quran and the Hadith, but also you begin to see texts of theology and also texts, theology and science, Greek philosophy, biographies of different scholars and different people who passed hadith texts, and then you also see texts of Sufi learning, Sufi wisdom, drawing on the hadith. Text talks about that here. Talks about the distinction between the Sunni sheikhs and then the later Shi'i sheikhs, and that's a little bit of an overview of that. It also mentions the 5 pillars of Islam, so it talks about the Hajj, pilgrimage, the prayer, Muslims praying 5 times a day, the fasting of Ramadan, the variety of charity, alms, zakat, and then it also talks about the testimony of faith, the shahada, that there's no God but God, and the Prophet Muhammad as the messenger of God, last of a series of messengers. So it talks about the 5 pillars there.